First leg is Wesley throw first. Game on.
Well, it's men's semi-final time now, Jamie, and it's back here at the 2013 Scottish Open. We have Wesley Harms with the throw, taking on Big Robert, Gary Robson.
Yeah, it's nice to see Robbo, back on the top stage. We all know what Robbo can do, Scott, and I'd like to see him win this competition this weekend.
It's a best of 7 legs, so a relatively short sprint.
60.
Somebody can get settled in nice and quickly. They'll be feeling a lot better than trailing early doors, because it isn't a long time, a long game for these lads.
100.
Nice steady ton there from Robbo. Wesley will be looking to fill up here. 140 maybe.
140.
Wesley Harms is the latest addition to Team Mariflex. Rude over in Holland is now his main sponsor, with Wesley being now full-time in the game.
And he's also my teammate at Designs by Shaz shirts, mate. We're her 2 players.
Gary, 161.
It's always good to see your teammate doing well.
The quality of the shirts that she produces are fantastic.
22.
I like them, but if you're allowed to say that, I'm not allowed to say that. I'm technically kind of part of the team, so I'm going to say that. But no, you are right. I love the shirts that I wear, and I think most people have seen the shirts that I wear, and they're a little bit different, to say the least.
I like them, Scott. That's my honest opinion.
Would you stop rubbing my leg while you're saying that, please, Jamie?
59.
That's not true for anybody listening in.
Oh, you tell little fibs, you little tinker.
60. Gary, 80.
So Robbo's going in for the first leg with 80 here to break the throw. Tops up to take the first leg.
60. Wesley requires 76.
So this is Wesley to hold his throw on 76. He'll come out for 16.
The tops.
56. Gary requires 20.
Big leg, this opening leg to take the darts. Bit wild there from Robbo.
15.
That was very close.
20.
Big dart for Wesley.
Yes, game's on the first leg. Wesley Harms. Second leg is going to throw first. Game on.
I think Robbo rue those 5 darts, though, Jamie. Do you think that will stay in his head, or will he just move on and forget that that's happened? Because you don't often get 5 darts against Wesley these days. He's playing that well, and he's that high in the rankings. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion. I hope it doesn't stay in Robbo's head. We all know what Robbo can do. I just hope that he puts that to the back of his mind now and really pushes on.
I think if that happened to me, mate, I think I'd be stood there and I'd probably take the reasoning that I didn't actually have the darts in the leg. So, yeah, okay, I had a chance to steal. Wesley's taking it. You know, the game. You're not thinking the game's out of your hands straight away after one leg. You're thinking, well, the leg's gone with the darts, and you just get on with it. I think is probably how I'd look at it.
Yep. The best way to reply to losing a leg like that is to take the leg with your darts.
Yeah, most definitely, to say, right, this is, and make the opponent think that this is going to go leg for leg all the way.
121.
Robbo will be looking for a heavy score here now to leave himself on a potential finish.
100.
Wesley's almost turned the darts round here. He's 60 behind from turning the darts. He seems to be in a bit of a better rhythm now than he was in the first leg.
125.
And I think that duly shows, and this is pressuring Robbo's darts. This is pressuring his leg. You want to hold your first leg, and this puts
60.
extreme pressure on Robbo.
110.
As the darts are now turned. Lovely first dart.
Double 16 for 2-0.
94. Gary 114.
think if Wesley races ahead, Scott, I can't see Robbo winning this. He's normally the type of player that keeps on top.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's a good bullier, mate. He's a good bullier.
It's the right mentality.
Yes, game's on the second leg. Wesley Harms.
And let's not forget Wesley's
first. Game on.
In the Dutch national squad, and we know what players they produce out in Holland, and we know that is no mean feat to be in the Dutch squad.
It's a fantastic team. They've recently won the European Cup.
Yeah.
60.
And we know of Wesley as an individual and how well he's been going at Lakeside in the last 2 years that he's made it. He's jumped onto it and he kind of feel comfortable
60.
there and made it his own. And fair play to him. He's a very positive-minded player, and he's gone off and decided to be a professional dart player. Although I know he does muck out the horses back at his girlfriend's stables, and he's got a splinter, or he had a splinter or a blister on his right finger that he's playing with. And he said it was playing him up on Friday in the threes, and he said of all the time he goes and does this work, gets a blister on his finger off the muck fork, and he said it was affecting his darts. Well, to be fair, my dad's got a farm, and Wesley's in the semi-finals with a blister on his arm from a muck fork, so I'm just back off home to shovel out the cowshed, mate.
He does have an aura about him, Scott. He does have the can-do attitude, and he's relatively young, and I do believe that he could be a future world champion.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
100.
He's come through today, and he's beaten John Boy Walton in the last 16. He's beaten Robbie Green in the last 8. Again, that's a no mean feat.
95.
And Gary has beaten Alan Souter, and Northern Ireland's Barry Copeland on the way to the semi. So
100.
both guys must be on form to get here, because these aren't little names in our little BDO area, mate. These are big names up here in Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, Wesley must have played extremely well to knock out Kong. Kong was on fire yesterday. I witnessed him do the perfect 7 treble 20s and wild treble 19 against Dave Prinz. And the way he was playing yesterday, I really did think he was going to be up here in the semi-final, Scott. I really did.
Well, Robbie beat the world number 1, Stephen Bunting, in the last 16, 3-1. I know they're great mates, and so they don't probably look at each other's world rankings when they're playing one another. They've played each other an awful lot up in Merseyside. And
there's a bit of local pride there, and I know that when they play each other, they definitely want to beat the hell out of each other, but they're also very good friends off the hockey, which is very important, in my opinion.
Well, back to the game, mate, and we just seen Wesley take the third leg, and as we said, once he gets in front, he doesn't relinquish it. He really turns the screw, and I think this is going to be a long way back for Robbo. I'm not saying impossible, but he's going to have to find something he hasn't had in the first 3 legs to get this back.
He's got to find something big, Scott, definitely, because being 3-0 down to Wesley,
60.
That is a very, very steep hill to climb, in my opinion.
I know Robbo a couple of months back changed his darts. He'd been using the same darts and the same style of dart with the same grip for many a year, and he didn't feel that it was going right, and he changed his darts slightly, and it has been a turnaround in form for Robbo.
100.
It's all right, it's gone. And it has been a turnaround for him, and we're seeing him in these latter stages more and more. So
100.
It's like Robbo's been reborn with his new darts.
I enjoy watching Robbo. I think he's a fantastic player
38
with
161.
scoring ability that can match anybody, in my opinion. When he's on form, Scott, he's definitely difficult to beat. Yeah,
most definitely. One of the characters of the BDO. There's 99. No two ways about that. But Wesley won't be worrying and thinking about those sorts of things. He's thinking about his 62 now to take this game.
Looking to whitewash him, yeah.
And book his place in the final and have one hand on the trophy, maybe.
That's a lovely first start.
You'll have a job to bet against him playing like this.
Shot. And a match. Wesley Harms.
Well done, Wesley. That was a fantastic game. And commiserations to Robbo. Lovely to see him back up on the stage again, Scott.
Well, he was actually here last year when he won the PS final with James Wilson on the stage, so it was no strange one for Robbo. He didn't play the game that you would want to there, Jamie. That's the hardest thing for a player to accept when you come back and you've lost 4-0, and he's probably his worst game that he's had all day. And it doesn't make it any easier because, you know, if he'd have played like that, he'd have gone out second, third round, you know. It's just one of those, and he just came up against the man in form.
Next up is Remco, and he is playing against Jim Williams of Wales.